if you're following me on Instagram, blah, 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 cannot not read these books. I was like, I have to get it. Okay. Hello, cuties. This is Muskan, aka Call Me a Reader. Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. Just a little disclaimer, this video is not for everyone. This video is specifically for those people who love sad books or who are intending to try sad books. Okay. And believe me, this is one of those genre where you enter on your choice but you cannot exit because these books are going to grip your heart so freaking bad that you would never be able to overcome the grief, the hollowness, and all the emotions that you're going to face in all these books. So, if you have officially entered your sad book era after reading Thousand Splendid Sun by Khalid Hosseini, here are certain book recommendations which I think that you will absolutely love. So, first of all, if you have already completed Thousand Splendid Suns, do not give it any another second. Just go and run and like read the other two books of Khalid Hosseini because they are so freaking good. And like I'll attach the screenshot somewhere here. And out of these two particular books, I absolutely love this The Kite Runner because it is so good. It is so good, and it is going to make you feel so many emotions, and it is going to make you cry so freaking much. I should not be happy about it, but yeah, that's how sad book era is. Then we have The 20th Wife, and this is my current read. I am still reading it, and I'm just left with this much of part. But even before completing it, I know for a fact that this is going to be a really good read. So if you're someone who wants to read a women oriented book which also has a lot of royal elements in it, go and grab this book. It's really good. Okay. And for some weird reason, I'm not someone who loves long chapters. They just kind of bore me. But in this book, it is kind of very, very gripping for me. And there is something that you probably do not know about me, that I love history books. Yeah, I am that nerd who really love history. So when I realized that there is this book which is describing the entire Mughal history, like somewhat between Akbar and Salim, from the perspective of this woman, Menorisa. How do you pronounce it? Mehrunisa, yeah, Mehrunisa. I was like, I have to get it. Okay, so I actually got it recently, and I'm still reading it, and it is going so far so good. I am not sure how it is going to be ending, but I have a good gut feeling that this is going to end good. So you can trust me over it and just go and read this book. Next we have is The Together Tea. You probably have seen the other books by this particular author, that is The Stationery Shop of Tehran and The Lion Woman of Tehran. Both of them are so good. Like they're so freaking good. You cannot not read these books. They are incredibly good. And I love when there is a book out there which is very, very woman oriented and it speaks a lot of things from the woman perspective, because obviously I'm a feminist. So that's about it. But yes, you should definitely try this book. If you love these two books by this particular author, you have to try this book. It is about the relationship between a mother and daughter who kind of leave their hometown, like not hometown but home country altogether, and then they return back to the same country and how their struggles were there. It is incredible. It speaks a lot about the complexities of different relationships, and I love this book for it. And actually this is the debut book of this author, which is very strange because first we read these two books and then we are reading the debut author book. But this is really good, and I think that you should give it a try if you love reading sad books with also some complexities in it. Now comes the book for which I have already spent 700 to 800, and to be honest, I have a very specific budget for the books that I spend per month, because I also have bills and everything, and I'm not gonna take money from my father. Anyways, so this is the book that I'm talking about. This is The Pearl That Broke Its Shell. I absolutely love its cover. It's just look at it. Please just admire it for a second because I have spent a lot of money on it. Please just spend. Anyways, so is The Pearl Shell by Nadia Hashmi. If you're following me on Instagram, then you know that I absolutely love Nadia Hashmi's books. All her books are my go-to read for all the sad books. So, like, just to give you context, Nadia Hashmi writes a lot about women who are struggling in Muslim-dominating countries like Iran and all of these. And I absolutely love reading about these women because there is this one particular line that I've read somewhere that no matter the religion, no matter the community, no matter the society, it is the woman who is at a very suffering end. And I cannot agree more because probably these people are suffering more than what we are, but generally women are the one who are suffering, and I don't care what you're thinking. I am a feminist, okay? I'm gonna say that. Anyway, so this book is also on the very same line that Thousand Splendid Sun is, and I think that you should give it a try. There is also another book which is very related to this one. I'm gonna attach the screenshot somewhere here. You can read this book first, or can read the other one first. It doesn't matter because I read this book first, and then I read the another book, and I think that you are going to like it very much because it is written in two dimensions altogether, and in both of the dimensions you feel so suffocated. You feel as if some other ancestor of yours is stuck in some parallel universe, and you just want them to feel ki I know it's tough, and I know it's very cruel out there, but you are gonna make it. And it is something that I think that in this book, Nadia Hashmi has made justice to this one particular character, which I think that in all the books that we have read, all the sad books, this one particular character is the one sufferer. Okay, so Nadia Hashmi kind of give justice to this character, and I absolutely think that you should read this book because this book deserves to be read. It is really good. Next book that we have is A Girl with Seven Names Escape from North Korea, and I got this book just for its title because I was really intrigued after reading the title. And you can say that this is not on the same lines as Thousand Splendid Suns or The Pearl That Broke Its Shell is, but I think that you will like it after reading Khalid Hosseini's book because genre is very same, plot and background can be different. As I said, that society can be different, timeline can be different, religion can be different, but it is a woman who is being the sufferer. But in this book, I think that everyone is at the suffering end altogether. However, I think that you will like it if you are very intrigued towards North Korea and it's mysterious, all of the things that are going on right now also. So I think that you will like it, and it is so interesting and gripping that you won't be able to stop until you get in the last page. And this author is currently alive, like fortunately she is also present with us. And the moment I completed it, I went to her Instagram immediately to check if she's fine, if her brother is fine, if her mother is fine, and they are fine, touch wood. And I got very happy. It feels like after reading this book, it feels as if you are so connected with this book, as if this particular author and her family is a part of your family. I don't know what this author does, but it actually feels like this, and I think that you will like it very much because of all these reasons, because it's gripping, it's somewhat pictorial also in its nature, because you are able to imagine everything that is happening in the book, and it's so scary, it is so brutal. Okay, and I think I like cried once or twice while I was reading this book. More than crying, I was very curious to get on the last page ki if they will make it alive or not. So really good, really recommend it. Next book that we have are Dust Child and The Mountain Sing, and just like Nadia Hashmi and Khalid Hosseini, who writes about the women in Iran and other Muslim dominating countries, this particular author writes about the struggles of women and certain sad books in the placement of the Vietnam. Okay, so like the plot is different, country is different, but again the problems, the sufferings are somewhat same. So these two books I've read past year, and I'm still not able to get over it. Dust Child is the first book that I've read this particular year, and it is still one of the best books that I've read so far. It's incredibly good. Okay, so the first book that I've read by this author is The Mountain Sing, and after I've completed it, I realized that I have to get my hands on her second book. And she recently came to Bangalore, which I did not know. I don't know why. Was I sleeping, or was I don't know what I was doing. Anyways, so I was in Delhi at that time, and I got on the call and I got her signed copy. I don't have that book right now in paperback with me. It is at my parents' place. Anyways, so I got that book in paperback with the signed copy, and it is one of my most prized possession that I have. But I think that you will love both of these books very much. They are, of course, in the placement of Vietnam. The Mountain Sing is somewhat more inclined towards the suffering of women. However, The Dust Child, it is generally speaking about all the sufferings and what was the current status at that particular time in Vietnam. And that particular book, I have literally recommended everywhere, in my book club, in the Instagram, on YouTube, every freaking where, because it is so good. Like, you have to read it. And that book is basically a historical fiction, and it is written in two perspectives, I think, two POVs. And not even for one time, I swear on my books, not even for one time did I think about DNFing it, or like getting bored or somewhat. Because if you're thinking that historical fiction are boring, they're not. You're just not reading the right historical fictions, okay? Trust me on this, trust me, okay? I know what I'm saying. This book is so freaking good. You will be astonished कि भाई क्यों हो रहा है, ये क्या हो रहा है. मतलब I have forced people to read this book, and everyone loved this book so freaking much. And also, just for a little disclaimer, I have recently talked over the call with this author. Like, she did thought about my tarif, and I was very happy. Obviously, I get to talk to her, and she is officially one of my most favorite authors before also, when we talked. But I absolutely think that you should definitely give these books a try. Next book that we have is A House Without Windows, again by Nadia Hashmi, and it is pretty much a thick book, and I spent around 900 kind of on this book. You can't blame me. I needed a good crying session, so, and I did get, so you can't blame me for that. Anyway, so this is basically the story of a woman who was blamed to murder her own husband. And everything gets into place, and she's constantly aisa ki, okay, if you think that I've murdered him, okay, it does not matter. But the thing is, in the entire book, you get to understand that no matter what a woman says, there is no understanding from the society altogether. And it breaks my heart to read ki the situation is worse in other countries, but it is not that good in our country as well. And I think that it is so brutal, it is so cruel, it's so bad. I don't know why I'm even smiling. That's like kind of defense mechanism that I have. Kindly avoid it, please. Anyways, so I think that you should definitely give this book a try. It is how the women navigated. And obviously, in the Muslim dominating countries, there is somewhat not a say when it comes to women. Ki they'll just declare ki this is what you have done wrong, and you're gonna get jail or something for it. So that's how everything is there. So how she would navigate through the entire thing. It also talks about a lot of different complex relationships altogether. It's a really good book. I saw this book literally everywhere on the Instagram, but I was very, very skeptical whether I will like it or not, because what if it is a very overhyped kind of book? What if I do not like it? And it is also pretty much thick, to be honest. But the moment I started it, I realized it's hype. So it's basically the struggles of Vietnamese people for around 100 years of history. And it is basically the struggles of four generations of the same family. And no matter the people say that historical fiction are so boring and like thick books are not meant for me, just believe me and give this book a try. It is never going to disappoint you, because you will be so freaking gripped with the entire book. And I love the fact that even while we are moving to future generations and the coming generations, the author has very well developed and very well gripped the past generations as well. I love that book, because b- solely for this reason I was not bored at all while I was reading this book. Because see, considerably it is a very thick book. You might want to DNF it, or you might want to get bored or something, but not even once was I bored. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Like, I don't know if enjoyed is the right word for this genre of books, but I think that once you start reading this book, there's no coming back. There is absolutely no coming back from the Vietnamese genre of books. Like, this particular genre is I don't know what to say. I loved this book so freaking much. Like, I have read more or less 300 to 400 books till now in my lifetime, and I can openly say that this is definitely one of the best books that I've read so far. Last book in the series is When the Moon is Low by Nadia Hashmi again. And yes, you must have realized by now that yes, I'm a huge fan of her writing, because I am. There's no denying in it. And I think that this book is perfectly apt for those people who think that fiction are just stories, they're not meant to do anything good to your brain. Read this book, then we will have a conversation. If you think that non-fiction books are going to sharpen your brain, this kind of fiction books are going to sharpen your emotional intelligence. Because I still remember the day I completed this book. So it's basically about a family who migrated from probably Iran or Iraq, like some Muslim dominating country. And the moment they immigrated from there, all the struggles have started. And I still remember the last scene. There is this little boy who was like deported away from his family, and he was really trying hard to get on the boat so that he could meet his mother again. And one fine day he was arrested for some particular reason. I'm not going to give you any spoiler, and that day it broke my heart. And the very next day that I've completed this book, I saw this little guy who was selling these broom, and my brain instantly went to this guy. And I was like, I have to help him. I'm not gonna brag or exaggerate about something. I just took 50 rupees ka jhadu from him. It's not gonna change his life altogether. His voice is so bad. I am shouting. These books get me so excited that I've started shouting. Anyways, so I just gave him like 50 rupees and get the broom. But this is what I'm telling you, ki these kind of books are gonna sharpen your emotional intelligence. These are going to make you human the way you should be. And if you think that non-fiction books are gonna make you, they are not. They're just gonna give you brains. But there's no use of brain if you do not have a very good and emotional heart. There's no use of it. Okay, so I think that you should definitely read this book. Just a little disclaimer, I am not responsible for all the crying sessions that you're gonna have after reading this book, because I still cry while I think about this book. I still feel very emotional and like very sensitive when I think about this book, because it's very very close to me. And I think that you will definitely read it and definitely like it. So that's all for today's video. I hope you guys will read all these books. I will mention the links of these books somewhere in the video. You can check them out. And if you do read them, please do let me know, because this is definitely one of my favorite genre, and I would love to know which book you read and how did you find it. Was it good enough for you? Like, how was your experience altogether? So I would love to know about it. So just do let me know. Okay, you have to let me know. Okay, anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.